This just in. Kanye West. Is he a genius or a retard? What up, Sigmas? We have a packed show for you today. We're going to be talking about BTS serving in the next World War. And Levi is going to show us all 6 of his nipples. So, welcome to HYA. Here's your apology. I'm Nate. With me, as always, the faithful Lil Pollo, the organic Hispanic, Levi Garcia.
Thank you.
Hello.
That was a lovely introduction.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just jump right in then, shall we?
We shall.
I don't think you can avoid the subject of Kanye West if you've been online at all.
Who?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yay.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. That's what I call him. That's what he's in my phone as.
Yeah. As he should be, because that's his legal identity.
Pretty much, he's just firebombed his relationship with all the companies that he's worked with over the last, probably decade at this point. Getting on these interviews and saying some stuff that's just kind of like crazy sounding. So he's tweeting some anti-Semitic stuff, some would say, unless you consider the black race to be Jewish, as Kanye does.
Well, yeah. If Kanye says they're Jewish, they're Jewish.
He might have read it in a book that we just don't have access to. And because of one of these crazy interviews, he's now being sued by the family of George Floyd for $250 million.
Whoa.
Because he said something about how he doesn't think that he died by the way that he died, basically. And
wow.
Yeah. So now how did you hear about how Alex Jones has to pay the Sandy Hook families almost $1 billion?
Yeah.
$250 million for the comments he made on that's excessive. Are they really trying to shut people up out here or what? That is so much money for just something that he said that he believes that could be a lie.
Right. So you can't have an opinion.
Apparently not for cheap,
that's so
not
crazy.
For under $1 billion, not if you're not a billionaire.
So what if he said
I feel like they're trying to get rid of the idea of FU money. No amount of money are you safe
from us, yeah.
From the people who are really in charge.
Yeah. Possibly, for sure.
Not saying who those people are. We don't know. Okay.
Well,
we don't know what they believe. We don't know what the religion they are.
We don't know how curly their hair is or isn't. Sideburns.
But obviously it does. A lot of the stuff he's saying does sound kind of crazy.
A tad bit crazy.
And for the longest time, for his previous bouts of craziness, I've always kind of given him the benefit of the doubt and tried to I've bought the excuses he's not really crazy. That's just everybody else is saying that about him. And he's just misunderstood. But what he's really trying to say is,
yeah.
Up until this last bit of crazy, I would defend him in that way.
Yeah.
But this one just feels too crazy to where I'm he's might actually have mental health issues.
Yeah.
we might need to take this seriously for the first time,
Yeah. You know why I think he's talking crazy? Is because clearly he has dental abscesses and they're leaking, right?
My dentist told me that your mouth health is indicative of your health. If you don't have a healthy mouth, chances are you're not healthy.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
So that could be.
Yeah.
I don't know where the mental illness comes from. You know how he says he's a genius, and then everyone's too afraid to say no, so they're yes, right. you are. And he's done some genius stuff, probably. I like some of his stuff. You know? I'm a fan, but do you think that like other geniuses, let's say Elon Musk, who went on SNL and admitted he has Aspergers, do you think Kanye West is a genius, or does he have the advantage of Aspergers?
The Asperger's genius. Yeah, I think he has a touch of something.
So is it...
I don't know what the
clinical term.
Yeah, it's, but he's got something.
And that's an advantage. If you're like...
Yeah, you're trying to level up.
You can't help but be good at something. That's an advantage.
Yeah.
Like, I can't help it. He says he sees sounds and colors, and that's why he's able to, like, paint these masterpieces with music, right?
That's what he said?
Yeah.
He sees...
sounds as colors.
He sees sounds as colors.
Yeah. Which feels like, can you be a true genius without mental illness?
Ooh.
And that's what I'm wondering. Elon Musk, he admitted to having Asperger's. Obviously a genius, right?
Yep.
Doing crazy things.
Right.
Kanye West is more on the side of like self-professed genius, and then just feels like he's going crazy.
He's like Mozart.
Kinda. But like self-professed I'm always skeptical of that,
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's the one who's been saying he's a genius, and no one's said no. And like, does just writing cool songs and coming up with cool design stuff and being the most famous for it, does that make you a genius?
No, I don't think so, because like, if you're good in your like Michael Jordan,
yeah,
one of the greatest basketball players of all time, if not the best, right? They never call him a genius.
Yeah. But if
you know what I mean?
If he had been on the court being like, I'm a genius. I invented this style of offense. I invented this dunk,
Yeah.
Then people might look at him, and in the ether of society, they might be
as
like,
a genius.
Michael Jordan's a genius, a basketball genius.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing with Kanye West.
That's true.
He's the one who's like, I'm a genius. Listen to this music. I'm a genius. I see sounds as colors. And then society's just like, yeah, you're a genius. You're a genius. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even know if he has any of the answers to any of these problems that he wants to fix. Anytime I hear him, like, it's hard for me nowadays to get through a Kanye West interview.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because it's too all over the place.
It's sad.
And like, it's too abstract. And it's so abstract that I feel like he doesn't even know what he's talking about. His only goal is to make it as abstract as possible, so we all get confused and think he's a genius.
Dude, the other night we were watching the Tucker interview, or like clips of the Tucker interview.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what he was talking about, but I remember going from like, oh yeah, like I agree, like this is good, and then that morphed into, what the is he having a stroke?
Exactly.
Is Ye having a stroke on live TV because he's just like goes off on this fucking thing that I'm either one of two things. I'm not intelligent enough to follow, which is
probably not true.
Well, it's plausible.
It's plausible.
But not probable. But or he's so far
just lost
a genius.
Yeah. Or
that I can't follow.
Or some sort of other mental health issue.
Or he has Asperger's.
Because they say it's bipolar. They diagnosed him, right? But it feels like
Asperger's.
I don't know. It just feels like they might have they diagnosed him wrong. Like, he's got something for sure, but it doesn't feel like bipolar.
No, I am a Kanye fan. Like, I do love Kanye, and
yeah, so do I.
Yeah, no, but I do. You don't.
No, I mean,
I do.
What's the first time you ever heard? What
you fucking don't, Levi?
What's your favorite song?
You don't.
Favorite album?
Graduation.
Wrong. Just kidding.
No, I am a Ye fan, but like there comes a point where you're like, please get him help. Like, I care about him as a person, or like I really hope this is a thing where he knows what he's talking about, because I have no idea.
Yeah, but the longer you listen, the more you're like, it doesn't feel like he does know what he's talking about. It's kind of just feels like he's parroting things he heard and was like affected by or outraged by or whatever. He heard like Candace, he always does that in like an interview. He'll be like, I don't remember the term, there's a term for it, Candace told me, and like now he's like preaching it from this soapbox, and it's something he just learned and believed hook, line, and sinker, and then now he's out there trying to explain it to everybody else, but doesn't even know how
he's
to
like so
it.
Hot and passionate about it.
Exactly.
But he also has the same vibes as like the school snitch, like when he gets tired of everybody's shit, and so he goes in and he sits down and he's like,
I'm gonna tell on everyone.
Michael through the spit wads.
yeah. It's not fair. None of this is fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this.
I'm a genius. Genius.
Yeah, and so it just kind of has that chest puffing like elementary school.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell on all you motherfuckers vibe to it, you know?
Yeah.
Which I don't hate. I just, again, I wish I could follow. Because, you know, when you're in elementary school and that kid's telling, he's also so panicked and like so pissed that he's also saying some shit that he doesn't know what he's saying.
Right.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the thing. When you don't understand the thing that you're upset about, or the correct way to communicate that being upset with other people, you're not the right spokesperson for it, you know?
Probably not.
Don't go do the rounds of interviews, you know?
Like the day after you
just learned about, you know, Jews in media or something like that.
Like, wait, hold on.
You mean the people with the hats and the hair, the funny hats,
The
and the funny
Weinsteins
hair,
and the Goldbergs?
They're the reason I can't do a fashion show in this stadium.
It was the Jews.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not anti-Semitic,
but
black people are Jews.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like saying, like, I'm not racist because white people are black people.
Because white people are a race.
They are a race, and black people are also a race. So we are the same. This just in. Black people are white people. I think that sounds more offensive.
Yeah. I mean, than Jews?
No. Then white people are black people?
Yeah.
But saying
also there's
black
some truth
people,
to that if we all came from Africa, the way they say that people's life spawned from Africa.
Yeah, if life spawned from Africa, I'm African, baby.
Yeah.
So. I can say it too. Just kidding.
Yeah, but I'm like you with the interviews where like he'll be on something that I'm like, okay, yes, makes sense. And then he'll just take the hard left to something that's like,
what? Yeah, you just land on the moon for like how'd I fucking get here?
And this is the problem. It's the same problem with people telling him he's a genius. When he does stuff like that, nobody pushes back, or if they do, they don't. He doesn't let them like talk and they just like give up and let him say his thing. He'll be like, they'll push back a little bit and he'll be like, yeah, well, and try to talk over him. But if somebody actually didn't just agree with I'm a genius, then he couldn't just get away with stuff, you know.
They just need someone to rein him in. Yeah. When he's like, but
no one can at this point.
I know. They need a fucking dog whistle for Kanye.
That's who Corey Gamble was to a bunch of stars, apparently, according to Kanye. Corey Gamble, who's married or dating Kris Jenner, is like a celebrity handler type of dude.
Oh.
He's been like the Kardashians dude, Justin Bieber's dude, and he's been like that guy whenever they're like misbehaving, that he'll like put them in the hospital or whatever. Like and that's one of the people
like beats the shit out of them.
No, like gets like makes sure that they're not making a public.
Gets them into the hospital, like gets them help.
Yeah, or like puts them there so that they're not in public doing interviews. Like
gotcha.
He's trying to manipulate them behind the scenes as like a publicist, but it's more like a handler, you know?
Yeah.
Because celebrities are valuable assets, you know? Like Kanye West makes more than just Kanye West famous. Or not famous. Kanye West makes more than just Kanye West rich. And so people with a vested interest are going to try and control him to an extent because their money's tied up in it. It's got to be so lonely to be Kanye West if you really think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime I see any footage of him, like since breaking up with Kim, even when he was with Kim, kind of
before even.
Yeah.
He's always kind of.
I'm like, yeah, he's like on the Wyoming ranch by himself. You know, he's going on these interviews, and it doesn't feel like he even has any like friends. And then who do you trust when it feels like everybody? I'd for sure go crazy. Same.
Yeah.
You know?
But you saying that makes me want to give him a hug, like a big old hug.
That's what he needs, but that's the problem is like he can't trust anybody.
I know.
To give him a hug and not be like, stab him in the back, you know?
Oh, you can trust me, Kanye.
It's probably happened
I'll give you a hug.
so many times in his life that now he just stopped giving out hugs.
I'm going to bring that hugger back. Come on back home, hugger. Hugger Kanye. That's why his fucking mascot was a teddy bear. He needed a fucking hug, dude. I'll be your teddy bear. Yay, I wish you the best.
Yeah, get some help, you know? And if this stuff you're saying is true in any way, get some evidence because it's hard to just take your word for it. Although you are a genius.
Let's be clear.
You're not a SpaceX genius. You're not a Tesla genius.
You're not like an inventor genius.
You're like you want to be a Walt Disney genius, but like build a theme park or something.
Yeah.
You know, like Walt Disney wouldn't be considered a genius had he just done the movies.
Right.
It was the combination of the movies with the theme park. That's why we all think he's a genius.
You're more like a genius in the realm of like you see music as colors.
Yeah.
You know?
And we just have to take your word for it.
Very special kind of genius. You know what I mean?
But also big fans.
Big fans, and I do think you're a genius.
All right. We covered that. We covered it.
I think you're a genius.
But not sure why.
And I have no idea why.
Is it because you told us you are?
Yep.
Probably. Just like Michael Jackson, king of pop, because he told us that he was.
He told us he was king of pop?
Yeah.
And we just fucking ate it?
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
No wonder he got away with staring at so many buttholes.
And that's what I'm saying. In these main
I didn't do it. Okay.
In these mainstream streets, you are whatever you say you are. And as long as you got people who aren't willing to be like, no, you're not, you are that.
Welcome to Here's Your Apology.
It's like
the number one show on YouTube.
It's like if you were like a super villain or a superhero and you wanted them to name you something specifically in the papers, you know? You would put it out there. Like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That guy's like a Spider-Man. Like a Spider-Man, you know? That way they get it right. So he's just out there being like, oh, wow, Kanye West is a genius.
Yeah.
These lyrics are genius.
Yeah, what would you say?
Did you hear this beats? Genius. You know?
Yeah. What would you say about yourself? What type of thing? Or like if you were in a comic book, what would you like if
I was like a Kanye West and like I had a public image I could shape however I wanted.
Yeah, one reality, one comic book villain.
I mean, obviously, I think Genius is probably the best. Genius is like the top thing you could be. I don't want to be king of pop, king of that. Top, Genius is like...
What about Top Genius or Top G?
Nah, it doesn't have this prestige.
As
Genius.
It's just Genius.
Yeah.
Genius is tippity top.
They give geniuses awards, you know, they give geniuses praise. There's a lot of benefits to being a genius. I feel like genius...
They give him a Kardashian.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the top tier of like describing yourself in our society.
As a genius?
As a genius. I mean, what else is there? That's above an expert, you know? You're not just good at something. You're the best at something. You're not even just the best. You're a genius.
Yeah. You're the best. You have Aspergers.
Yeah, and that's what it really boils down.
No.
Yeah, what it boils down to is a genetic advantage.
Yeah.
That could have been a disadvantage. Let's be honest. One molecule away from being a disadvantage potentially.
It's like one molecule away from being meth.
Yeah,
you know how
exactly.
You're the Adderall.
Exactly. It's like, are you gonna be in a chair, or are you gonna be a genius?
Or are you gonna be a genius?
Let's move on to some sad news, unfortunately, for all you K-pop fans out there. And I know that's our demo.
Yeah. The same demo K-pop has. Ya boys have.
BTS, you know that band from...
Isn't he the serial killer?
Yeah,
it's BTK.
Oh, that's right.
Bind, torture, and kill. These guys are bind, torture, and seduce, baby.
Ooh.
That's what BTS stands for.
Well, they are Korean. It's K-pop, obviously.
Ew.
And so BTS will be forced to serve in South Korea's military, meaning there will be no music for several years.
Yeah.
I wonder what their terms are there. Like here you got to
You're serving in the military.
Here you got to join for like 4 years, right? In the U.S., United States of America.
No.
If you join?
Oh, if you join, I think it's a 6.
What?
Yeah.
They upped it? It definitely used to be 4 when I was in high school to college.
No.
Yeah.
No, because Phil got
maybe he decided to stay in.
No, he got out immediately.
All right, let's ask.
Yeah.
Google. 4 years.
What?
I was right.
Read it out loud. What website is that? Is that credible?
It's just google.com. Most first-term establishments require a commitment of 4 years of active duty.
See,
and 2 years of inactive. So that's probably where you're getting that 6 from.
Probably. I don't know.
Anyways, apparently in Korea, you don't get to choose if you join the military. They just draft you.
They choose for you.
It feels like they should make an exception for BTS because they're global superstars. I mean, obviously,
some privilege is okay.
You know, like
a little privilege.
It's representation of your country around the world.
Yeah.
It seems like you wouldn't want to like kill that off by sending them up to the front line.
Fuck it. Get to the front.
I worked, for those of you who don't know, I used to work in television, and I worked on a Korean soap opera.
Did you really?
Yeah, and everybody was from Korea. Called? In English, it was called The Heirs.
Okay.
Like whatever. And I worked on. Did one episode where like it was taking place in California, like. Oh, we went to California, and so that's where we shot everything.
Right.
But the whole crew was Korean. They had flown over there. So I have like I have a background with Korean. I spent a whole month basically on a bus filled with Koreans.
A big old Korean bus.
The film crew, they didn't ever sleep. They literally would work for...
Like they're fake?
They would work for 18 hours, chain smoking cigarettes, because Korean people love to smoke. That's just a stereotype, but it's also true. Korean people love to smoke cigarettes, so they'd just be chain smoking cigarettes for like 18 hours a day. And then the next location would be at a place that was 8 hours away in California. And so they would get on the bus, sleep to the next location, and work another 18 hours. These Korean filmmakers went non-stop, and we did that for a whole month. I was so dead by the end of it. I was depressed, and I was just like...
hating life.
Because I'm there for 18 hours, too, and then I have to pick everything up and help bring it to the next set, you know? And so, like, I'm driving, too. And so it was... But they paid in cash.
I bet they did.
Because it was just like... Here you go. Here's a little extra for it being an 18-hour day. You know? And so, but
did you get paid every day?
No, once a week, I think.
Oh, gotcha.
But they're super tough as far as their work ethic goes. Like they were
Sounds
killing
like
it.
Like they were made by Energizer.
So I don't know about these boy band members. Seems like their work ethic might be. I mean, they're global superstars. Maybe they're good,
They dance.
but can they fight? Also,
You see them fucking walking across landmines and
dodging bullets.
Boo, boo. Yeah.
Like dynamite.
Yeah. And then it all becomes real to the rest of them. And they just fucking scatter. And
They're like shooting a music video
Shit.
on the front
yeah.
line.
Yeah. Doing some synchronized dance until one of them just gets pinned in the head.
What do you think South Korean? Yeah. Ping.
Boom. And just fucking gone.
I mean, there's 7 members. They can afford to lose a couple because let's be honest, even if you're a fan, you don't know which one sounds like which one.
Could you imagine the ballads that would come from that if 2 of them got sniped in the war?
I forgot. That's another reason I brought up the story about working on the film set with the Koreans, because in America, there were, I mean, just in whatever set we were at, there was a crowd of like 5 to 20 people who just wanted to catch a glimpse of the actors in the show.
No shit.
And it was a Korean show in Korean. Like they only speak Korean in the show. And it was like these like white high schoolers who literally would show up every day to the set just to stand by in this little part where I was like, you have to stay here. You can't come anywhere closer. And they would just stand there all day just so that when the lead actor walked from his trailer to the set, they could be like,
whoa.
And I would just stand there and like make fun of them. I'm like, you guys have nothing better to do. Like, I don't understand this, you know?
And you worked on the set.
Yeah, I was on.
That's
I
so
gotta, like,
funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like,
this person is a huge star to them.
yeah, I know.
But it's a Korean pop star, or not even, like, it's a Korean star who doesn't even do American things. There's just a market for it in America.
That's so crazy.
It was so weird. And so, I mean, now with BTS, it's like, that's what it is, you know? They're the same girls. The girls who love BTS are the same girls who would show up to that set and just wait. Because, I mean, let's be honest, even if you're their biggest fan,
yeah.
if you had each of them sing a line from one of their songs,
Like
you
Elvis.
wouldn't be able to tell which one was singing.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
And also, you might go, that's not what it sounds like. That's not what you sound like on the album.
Yeah. The auto-tune's turned off and
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
their accent's coming through a little thicker.
Yeah.
But that's crazy that...
They take their accent away.
Do you think if we did a draft in America and they didn't draft some super famous pop stars,
Mm-hmm.
do you think people would be upset by that? Or do you think people would be like, I get it?
I think they would fucking flip.
Yeah, they would be like, everybody's getting drafted.
Every fucking one.
Yeah.
Who would you think would raise a stink about it? Everyone or just...
Well, that's what I don't know, because I would feel like I wouldn't care necessarily. Like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You got other things going on globally, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Represent whatever you're doing. So I feel like the people who would be outraged, like who's outraged in their country, or is it just like no, like we're just sticking to the law?
Their fans are outraged.
Yeah,
or they're like, yeah.
But Korea's not in any wars or anything right now that we know of, right?
No.
But if Kim Jong-un,
he wants to flop that hot dog across the border.
once he finds out BTS is in the military,
yeah,
he might start pushing them a little bit.
Yeah.
Imagine if they're all like prisoners of war to North Korea.
Yeah,
They're
that'd
like
be hilarious.
And they're only just forced to like perform for
the
North
same
Koreans.
shit over and over.
Their hit songs, just like
their top 3 songs
literally
over and over.
chained. Do you think that their hiatus from the spotlight is going to age well? They're saying that they're going to come together around 2025. By then, either the world will be over.
They're just gonna be these hardened, these vets
I'm
smoking cigarettes. No, they don't even have remotely the sex appeal they once did.
Yeah,
they're like talking.
2 of them are like burn victims.
Yeah,
from like napalm strikes.
Some crazy biochemical strike.
Because they're gonna come back in 2025, and no one's gonna even want.
3 of them are bald.
Yeah, no one's gonna want to hear their music. Maybe.
Yeah, what are you gonna sing about? The fucking war?
Like the fact
that's sad.
Yeah, and the fact that you're famous now is almost like a fluke,
Yeah.
Like we can't just put a pastel wig on the next guy in line and no one will even notice.
Yeah. Like dye his hair. He's the same fucking guy.
Like no one knows what his voice sounds like. He looks like the clones from BTS.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we gonna rely on to make boy band music for the next 4 years or however long they have to be out here?
Yeah, the country is leaning on
3
you.
years.
The world is leaning on you.
Yeah.
2025 better be a banger.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Better be.
You better be shivering in your bunk writing lyrics at night as you're listening to the fucking missile strikes.
It's dynamite.
Yeah. Just telling myself.
Watch, they're going to go on this hiatus, and this is when World War III is going to start. Now we need everybody.
BTS, they all die in war.
Yeah. That's all I'm
There's
saying.
no 2025.
Yeah, they're not going to make it.
Bad news, South Korea. They didn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find some new
We
superstars.
will have a solo album from one of the guys. Actually, one guy did make it. He's just an amputee now. He's going to come out with a solo album, but we're also doing covers of the hits. Your favorite songs are still going to be on there.
And then he can't make it because he's having complications
Yeah.
due to his health.
Best of luck to everybody in BTS. I hope you win the war. Or whatever you end up doing.
Well, unless it's against us, then I hope you guys all
yeah.
perish in a hail of gunfire and smoke.
Let's be honest, they're gonna be like cleaning something for 4 years,
Like tanks.
We're gonna be cleaning the barrels of these things just in case we need them. All right. Well, today is the podcast of sad news.
Yeah.
Not only will we possibly lose BTS, not only is Kanye maybe officially crazy, but Cartoon Network is shutting down its services after 30 years. The company will be merged with Warner Bros. To create digital content. So,
what the fuck does that mean? I thought that's what they were creating, digital content.
It was on a cable network, and now they're just like, we're focusing on online.
On YouTube. We'll go to YouTube.
Yeah, like all these shows are still going to exist. You just got to go. You can't just click it on your TV anymore that nobody has cable.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And let's be honest, these cartoons aren't going anywhere. You're going to be able to binge watch them, not that you ever will, on some streaming app.
Like, what are some of the good cartoons? I can't even think of.
Well, that's the thing. That's like, they're not good now. They were good when we were growing up, and like, I liked it when I was growing up, but like, I'm not going to be able to sit through an episode of Dexter's Laboratory as an adult.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ed, and Eddie, Powerpuff Girls. Like, they were good when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But
they're no Adult Swim.
Exactly. I'm not going to like go watch a whole season of freaking Dexter's Laboratory for nostalgic reasons.
Yeah, but South Park.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Family Guy,
Rick and Morty. Eric Andre Show. That was on Cartoon Network.
Oh, it was?
I think so, yeah.
See, that's what I was asking. Like, what are some of the good ones?
Well, they're not known for like their new stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Like this.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like they fell off a long time ago as far as people who cared about cartoon.
They're the Comedy Central of Cartoon Network.
Of cartoons, yeah.
Yeah. Just they either have to play the old shit or like.
That's it.
Yeah, go away.
Yeah. Were you a Cartoon Network kid? Did you
I
watch much growing up?
I watched Beavis and Butthead, so that was like
That Cartoon Network?
no, that was MTV.
Yeah.
I grew up in the MTV era when they showed music videos and Beavis and Butthead.
So you didn't grow up in the Cartoon Network era?
No, not really.
You never watched like a Dexter's Laboratory?
No.
Okay.
I always thought that was foolish.
Yeah, it was only a channel for 30 years. So
Was it really?
Yeah, you might have been too old by the time it even started.
Wow, when did it start?
92?
Yeah. I mean, I was like middle school.
Yeah, so you weren't watching. This was like
Nah.
kid show.
Yeah.
You know? Did you watch any cartoons growing up?
Beavis and Butthead? No, I watched.
So only adult cartoons that you shouldn't have been watching as a kid? No.
Well, no, the cartoons I watched were like He-Man, shit like that.
What
like,
channels were those on? Like just
like NBC?
like Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, like Saturday morning cartoons.
Okay.
The Animaniacs sometimes.
Yeah.
Remember them?
Yeah, so you kind of grew up on
DuckTales.
some lame cartoons. Because
Yeah.
I grew up on those same cartoons, but I
The
also...
shittiest era.
Yeah.
Yep. Like the people before us had the good era, like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, Jetson.
Gambling. He had a gambling problem. George Jefferson married.
Jetson.
Yeah, George Jetson.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Yeah, and then we had shit cartoons, and then you guys had cool cartoons
Yeah.
again. South Park and Family Guy. Oh, I guess we had The Simpsons. That was actually, that trumped
Every
everything.
single generation has had The Simpsons, let's be honest.
But we were
They're
the
like
first.
50 years in.
Yeah, we were the first. 50. Darn near.
Yeah, that's a bummer because I grew up with like the early ones were like Rugrats, Doug.
Yep. Oh, I remember.
You watched Doug?
Yeah, I did. Doug.
Okay, you did Doug.
I did Doug.
Did you do Rugrats?
I didn't do Rugrats.
You were too old for Rugrats.
Yeah.
Did you watch Recess?
Nope.
Do you know of Recess? No?
I've never even heard of it.
Because those were Saturday morning cartoons when I was growing up. That one wasn't even on like Cartoon Network, I don't
Do you know
think.
of the Snorks?
No.
Gummy bears?
Heard of the gummy bears.
Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, you guys had the worst cartoons.
He-Man?
Cartoon Network really, gave us something special.
I don't know, man.
Because otherwise, I would be big up in Gummy Bears and DuckTales. You know, like I feel like Cartoon Network got us to SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents. You know, like the progression of cartoons, it just got better over time.
Yeah, and then also
it started with Looney Tunes, and then now we're at
like cartoon pornography.
yeah,
because that's what kids are doing.
It's true. Some kids
and it's
like that
crazy
kind of stuff. It's weird. Yeah, if you like that,
don't be like that.
Don't.
You're not a Sigma.
No.
Actually, is that a Sigma move?
No.
Like, fuck it.
It's
it doesn't.
a desperate move and sad move.
Is it?
If you're not a self-sustaining human being, you do sad things like that. One of my first roommates in college,
Mrs. Incredible,
admitted to watching and liking those types of porns with the cartoon characters, you know? It's Lois from Family Guy or whatever, anime porn.
Okay.
He admitted to liking it. And even when we questioned him about it, like, why? Why?
He's like, it's Lois.
He did not have he wasn't convincing. Like, I didn't understand after he explained it. But he's also a guy who said he didn't like blowjobs. So I don't trust him.
Well, yeah, I mean,
if
you're getting them from your uncle.
Like, and that's another thing I couldn't, that's another thing I couldn't understand was like, I was like, it was in the same way we pressed him and we're like, what, why? Like, what, how can you, what? And he's like, his explanation didn't help me understand.
What did he say? I keep feeling guilty.
No, he was just being like, I just don't like the feeling. I'm like,
I just don't like the feeling.
What?
He's like all arrogant about it.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
You guys like blowjobs?
Exactly. He was
wow,
like,
you must really love your girls.
yeah, like it wasn't making sense the way he tried to describe it.
No, like they're sucking
justify
on it.
Like
they're putting their tongue on it.
You know, you pee out of that.
Yeah, your urine goes out. Doesn't that make you respect him a little less? Be honest.
So that's the thing. Like sometimes he would say stuff that I wasn't sure if he even meant it or if
Yeah.
he was just saying it to try and like get attention.
Yeah.
He was that kind of dude, you know?
Like he would take the weird, unpopular
just
stance.
to be so that people would be like, what?
Huh? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're crazy.
Yeah.
You're crazy. Yeah, he loved that kind of attention because he used to always
Girls with flat asses, am I right?
he used to always do things like say, oh yeah, me and my dad, we always talk about where we'd hide a body if we murdered someone.
You and your dad are geeks.
I know. His dad was a cop, and I was like this is the person. It's the person who just has to say the thing to try and get a reaction out of people, doesn't really believe what he's saying, but he knows that if he says it, people will be like, what? Like, that's weird. That's
crazy.
Like, what? That's weird. You're crazy.
We all know that guy.
Crazy. Some people like that attention. They like to be seen as weird. Like, oh, I'm such a black sheep. I'm such a black sheep in my family. You know, like anyone who's like willingly admitting that information.
Yeah.
Is trying to be the black sheep of their family.
Like the 15-year-old cousin who's trying to get pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. They're just doing whatever it takes to like stand out and be rebellious because this is my persona. This is who I am.
Yeah.
You know? And those people, you never know how to like take what they say.
Yeah, because, well, you know how to take what they say, but it's hard to do it.
Yeah, you take it with a grain of salt, but you're like,
go,
I need to know if I should really believe this or not.
I always tend to go, this is bullshit, right? You know, like,
the initial response.
This is bullshit,
like, okay.
but I'm going to listen to what you have to say because I'm not a piece of shit.
Yeah. You just sit and nod and you just say, as you know they're lying about something. That's the worst. Like, oh,
really?
Wow,
oh, man.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Your rotator cuff? Oh,
yeah.
Sounds painful.
Wow. Oh, I'm glad you made it. Glad you're still here.
Well, good news is you're back, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You're back.
I have a hard time following along with people like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're all over the place.
And
people who embellish things to an extent you know that it's not real, but you just have to sit through the story.
Yeah. It's like it's almost
acknowledge it.
Yeah, it's like they're not quite a narcissist, but they're like on their way. But you would rather be friends with a full-on narcissist because at least the stories would be interesting.
Yeah.
It'd be like way grandiose.
Yeah, you're not embellishing just like the wrong thing.
You were on a fucking yacht last weekend.
Yeah, it's just like something that's programmed into me is like I can't be rude in the middle of that, even if in my head I'm like, this is a complete lie. I'm totally wasting my time.
This is a complete fucking lie.
So, you know, that type of person would be the type of person who tells a group of people that, because we're all talking about how like, oh yeah, who would watch that anime porn, like cartoon stuff? And then to be that guy to be like, I don't mind it, you know.
I love that stuff.
I watch it. So you watch it or you jerk off to it. You know?
He's like,
I do my thing. I do my thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I do
like
my thing.
Like you're just
such a
saying
vague.
You don't do it. But if you do it, stop.
Yeah.
Because Cartoon Network was for children. It was supposed to stop at a certain age. You're no longer supposed to.
You're supposed to grow out of it.
Grow out of cartoons. Not try to incorporate it into your adult life or your sex life.
You still wearing a onesie?
Yeah.
Drinking from a baba?
Yeah.
Freaking baby?
Yeah.
Grow out of it.
But you'll jerk off to a drawing.
Yeah, you'll touch yourself to some dude drawing Lois Griffin with her boobs out.
Yeah.
Freaking pervert.
I can see how Cartoon Network got phased out with just what's going on in the world today, you know? People can make cartoons easier than ever. There's YouTube. There's so much competition now. Their cartoons started to like fade into the background.
Yeah, because it's not about the animation anymore.
And how do you do it? How do you save or revive a brand where all your cartoon characters have just faded in the background? Nobody cares. You retire it so that we all have to be like,
Yeah.
I grew up on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, well, part of your childhood is dead.
I'm going to go back and I'm going to rewatch every single episode of Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah.
That's what they want. That's what this whole thing's about. They could have just easily like launched it on their streaming app that they're going to put it on and been like, guess what? Cartoon Network's now streaming and we're not doing the channel anymore, and no one would care.
Yeah.
And that is the plan. But they had to bring it out kind of like, we're killing it.
Yeah, it's dead.
We're killing it. I don't know when the next time you're going to be seeing Dexter's Laboratory is. Hope you...
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just on a different thing.
Exactly. It's just a way for them to make their cartoons relevant in a world of cartoons that are better than theirs.
Yeah, how can we get more views when we're not as creative?
When we haven't come out with
Tell them we're going to kill ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like your roommate. He's the kind of guy that'll go like, yeah, I was thinking about killing myself.
Yeah, I've thought about how I was going to do it at least.
Yeah, I'm going to wait till everyone's gone and I'm all alone.
I'm ready.
So he never has to be alone, like you're always there. Yeah, like I have several things hidden.
And then that's how you get people to care about. I don't remember the last time.
Yeah, Scream, suicide.
I don't remember the last time Cartoon Network came out with a new character. Even this graphic has all the old characters on it.
Right.
They're not making new characters, so how do you get us to all care about the new or the old characters again?
Make them cuss.
You just kill them off, figuratively, and now here we are, all caring again. I might go watch an episode of Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh yeah.
Just pour a little out while I'm doing it.
Yeah, for the homie.
Yeah.
Blip, blip, blip.
R.I.P. All right, well, let's move on to our last subject of the evening, and thank you for sticking with us.
And a blast from the past to finish it off.
Those of you who have been watching our podcast may remember the trans-Korean gentle them
person
who
or gentle then
who had some surgery to look more Korean and then was going to chop their pee-pee to make it more Korean. And Oli London, that's who I'm talking about.
Shout out
London
Oli.
Was a trans or non-bi. I don't really know. We always misgendered him on this show on accident.
Yeah.
Mostly because we didn't want to read full articles. But she, whatever they were before this, are now transitioning back to he. And there's a big detransitioning story on Fox News, of course, of all places. Why not?
Yeah. Big ups.
The only one that would print it. And Oli is a Korean man again.
Welcome back to the Korean fold.
I
Oli.
will say, not a great time to be a Korean man. They are drafting people.
Turns out Oli will be serving on the front lines as well with BTS.
Yeah.
Send him in first, boys. You know what to do, General.
The reference picture that Oli took to the doctor to look more Korean was a BTS picture.
Oh,
he wanted to look more like a member of BTS.
Good catch.
But
that was a good catch.
Didn't work.
No.
We're just happy that Ollie's trying to embrace his masculinity again. Mm-hmm. So he said, I am no longer trans and have gone back to living as a man, he shared on Twitter.
Tight.
Grateful if everyone could respect my new pronouns, he, him, /core/Ian. Thank you. So
he identifies as core
Ian. I had felt happy at the time, but over a period of reflection, I felt I was chasing happiness. Being a woman was not for me. He's like, plus the periods. Like, do you know they have periods? When you become a woman, you get a period once a month.
Yeah. Look, fellas, I know you want to be a lady. You could be number one at literally every sport.
You can play with your own boobs.
Yeah, but look, man.
Sounds awesome.
What they don't tell you.
Sounds awesome.
It sounds awesome.
They don't mention the bleeding. They don't mention the cramps.
Oh yeah, once a month, dude. Once a month.
They don't mention the cramps, and they hurt worse than you'd think.
They hurt like the Dickens.
It took him 8 years of surgeries to get the look that he has today.
8 years well spent.
That's commitment to decide all of a sudden after 6 months, I'm going back. Another 8 years.
Just screams it. I'm going back.
Yeah. Do you think he lost all of his friends? Like, they all must have been friends with him because he was a trans. Like that. I feel like that. Like, trans people are like tokenized today, where it's like, you know,
I have a trans friend.
Exactly. They got the trans friend. So now all of Ollie's friends were like, he was their trans friend.
And now
they don't need another. I don't need another guy friend.
Look, dude,
I'm gonna have to let you go. Yeah.
You went back, and
He must be lonely
support
too.
That.
He must be just as lonely as Kanye.
Ollie and
friends.
Kanye should link up. They should link up and be friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So, Ollie, we've been with you from the beginning, and we rode with you pretty strong then, and we're with you now as a man, and transracial man at that, and we support your Koreanism.
Yeah.
We
always
love you.
have.
Yep. Link up with Kanye. I'll get a hold of me. I'll give you his number. You know who deserves an apology? Is Oli London's penis. Right? That sucker's been through a lot. Am I a woman penis?
Yep.
Am I a female penis, or am I a male penis? You know what? That's a lot of change, even for one penis. So this week's apology goes out to you, and I just feel so bad of all the beatings you've taken and the caves you've been in. Your whole journey has both been harrowing and saddening, equally saddening. And I hope they make a movie about you called Ollie's Penis, and that Ryan Gosling gets to play you, and it's one of the best performances we've ever seen. But that's a hope, and you deserve the best. And once again, here's your apology.